Those are tough, but like I said earlier, one thing I like to do is I keep a little note card with me, and I'll keep track of things, you know, whether it's, you know, executing a bunt, getting a hit and run, moving a guy over, you know, executing a cuts and relay situation, maybe a catcher hustling down the first baseline and backing up an errant throw. I always try to keep track of the positives that happen throughout the game, as well as the negatives. This way, when we go down there, it's not a 15-minute talk on all the things we did bad and things that we need to work on. It's, all right, guys, maybe we did lose that game. We struggled offensively. We hit a couple balls hard, but I really liked the way we competed. I really liked, you know, the 2 dirt ball reads we got. I like the fact that we moved guys over. We battled with 2 strikes. So I try to touch on a little bit of everything. You know, I always try to recap if our pitchers did a good job. You know, we'll clap it up for our starting pitcher or whoever came in relief. You know, always try to touch on the highlights and then say, you know, here are a few things we got to work on this week. Let's get ready to get better for next week. So I think it's a little bit of everything, but making sure it's short and sweet, because kids will lose focus like that, especially if you're dealing with the younger players. You know, I think it can't be a 15-minute talk down there, because kids are worried about going swimming or going to get ice cream after the game half the time, and they're not even listening to you. So short and quick, but definitely as a coaching staff, try to keep notes, because then it also prepares you for next week's practice plan.
That's awesome. I think it definitely, you see this all the time. Don't beat the kids when they're down. After a loss, it's not going over there and using your post-game speech to just grind them out for everything they did wrong, all the stuff that's bad, Instead, you keep it short and sweet. You say what you have to do, like Coach Steve said. You already have your game plan. Hey guys, we're gonna work hard this week on some of the things that we didn't do well. We're gonna have a great practice plan. Let's hit it hard next week. Like, they already lost the game. They know what they did wrong. You can touch on it a little bit, but don't harp on it for a half hour. And you see that all the time in games. And it's just like, you know, where are they going with that? So
that happened to us last weekend. We were out in a perfect game tournament, and the coach was talking to his guys for like 30 minutes down the right field line, and we're trying to warm up. We can't even get ready for the next game. Meanwhile, the umpire told me, all right, 20 minutes and we're starting. We have no space to get loose, and this guy's just ripping his team down the right field line. So aside from the kids not wanting to hear it, the guys that are playing the next game don't want to hear it either.